Let's get into this. Man United versus Arsenal, first game of the season. Blood will be shed. Yes, people, then welcome back to RASenal TV. I'm your host, Deanie, and I hope you are all blessed and well. And this is the first preview of the season for Manchester United versus Arsenal. We kick off at Old Trafford tomorrow at 4:30. Yo, what a brilliant way to start the season, because when those fixtures came out, I said to myself, I want to step into fire on that first day of the season, because I want a fixture that makes Arsenal focus to say, you know what, we have to start on smoke. Basically, we got to start on smoke, and no better team to start off on smoke against Manchester United. Now, make sure you are subscribed if you are new, because we're going to get into this preview. My brain's a bit scrambled at the moment. I'm not going to lie, my brain is a bit scrambled because now it's just literally been reported I've just done the RASenal transfer center, and if you haven't watched that already, go watch that video. But it's just been reported by Transfer News Live that Tottenham are close to agreeing a deal for Eberici as a 55 million plus add-ons as well. Making moves. Why are Arsenal not making these moves? But we will get into that later. But this is Manchester United versus Arsenal, and you know what? Both had in different pre-seasons. Man United lost to, was it the Asian? Is it Hong Kong All Stars or the Asian? South Korea. I can't remember what team it was, but they didn't start well. But the Man United that they are now signing Sesko, signing Mbomo, sign Cunha as well. Great different attacking outlook. The vibe around United is not what it was when the season ended a few months ago. Arsenal have had an indifferent pre-season as well, beating AC Milan, beating Newcastle, but losing to Tottenham, to Villarreal, but then winning the last game against Athletic Club in the Emirates Cup. And it was a very good performance, that last performance. Now, regarding the Premier League itself, Arsenal did beat Man United 2-0 at the Emirates last season, but drew 1-1 against them twice in the FA Cup and at Old Trafford, which is a game they probably should have won. David Raya had a great game that day, because we were absolutely under the cosh, with chances coming left, right, and centre for Manchester United. And you know what? This is going to be a good game to kick off Arsenal season. It's a classic. It's a classic where Arsenal and Manchester United would go for the titles every season. It's a rolling back of the years type of fixture. We are not the giants that we used to be when it comes to battling for titles, but this is still a big game regardless, and both teams are going to want to win it. Now, we know that Ruben Amorim is definitely going to want to win this game, and so is Mikel Arteta, who again said that in his press conference this week that Martin Odegaard will remain as captain. This was big quotes that came out, because some of the Arsenal fan base were absolutely eyeing potentially that Martin Odegaard shouldn't be captain anymore, and the likes of Declan Rice, Gabriel Magalhaes, Bukayo Saka have all been touted. Now, the reason why I'm starting with Martin Odegaard, because he's got a big season ahead of him. Starting, if you can start, like, for example, in the right place against Man United, having a great performance, that is how you kickstart your season, and that is how you move forward, and that is how you set the standard. And the standard is that we beat Manchester United tomorrow, and that we have a great performance, because it's not about waiting anymore. And the two people that set the standard is Arteta and Martin Odegaard, and he's going to be one of the main focal points of the game tomorrow. We're going to be watching him. We're absolutely going to be watching him. And other players we're going to be watching tomorrow is that of Martin Zubamendi as well, who's been fantastic on pre-season, and he looks like a fantastic piece of business done by Arsenal. He sweeps up that midfield. Brilliant passing ability as well. Declan Rice, we know what the player he is, absolute destroyer in midfield, and we know what that defense is going to be. I'm going to get into the predicted 11 in a couple of minutes time, but as we're going into this game, do we have a team capable enough to beat Man United? Because I asked the question at the end of the transfer center, and I asked, do we have a team capable enough to compete our literally go into the season? Do we have a win team capable enough to win the Premier League? As of right now, we don't. But do we have a team capable enough to beat Manchester United? Absolutely. Absolutely. And I expect us to win tomorrow. But where is that going to come from? And it's going to come from the midfield. We need to get on to their midfielders. Zubamendi, Rice, and Odegaard. You must control that midfield tomorrow. Do not let Man United have an ounce of breath. Do not let them get the supply into Sesko. And I said it in the last game. I said it in the last preview for the last Man United game. I'd say close down Bruno Fernandes. Do not give this man an option and he puts the ball into the top corner. Do not give silly fouls around the box. Please don't. Please do not give no silly fouls in and around the box. Keep the ball in their half. Keep them pressed in their half. Do not let them come over the halfway line. We must keep that pressure up. And another person that's going to keep that pressure up and keep them in that half is something else they've got to now think about is Victor Gyökeres. Now, this game is definitely being touted around Sesko and Gyökeres because both players were targets for Arsenal, with Sesko at one point, obviously, looking like he was going to be the number one choice and to turn up at Arsenal, but ended up being Victor Gyökeres. And we know the reputation that is coming in with the goal scoring prowess as well. And Man United are going to be fearful of that as well. It's not just Saka they need to be worrying about. It's not just Saka now. They've got to worry about Saka and Gyökeres, and I expect Gyökeres to start tomorrow. Even though that's more for the season. That's more for down the line. That's more for down the line. We'll talk about that more for down the line. But big game nonetheless. And as of right now, would I take a draw or a loss? No. I want to win. I want to win. I want to win. We can go and beat this team. We can absolutely go and beat this team. Yeah, they've made some decent signings. They haven't made many defensive signings. The goalkeeper's going to still be the same at the same time. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like we can start off our Premier League season with a win, and a big win at that. And I'm going to get into the predictions soon. But even though I expect us to win, I'm not going to lie. At the end of the day, it is Old Trafford. And an away day in Manchester at Old Trafford is never easy. It's never, ever easy. Transfer News Live are telling me something else, and this is regarding Eberechi Eze. And it's going to be a reason as to why Arsenal are not signing Eze. And again, as I said, it doesn't make sense. It really, really doesn't make sense because this is a player that we do absolutely need. And the fact that we're not going hard for him right now doesn't make no sense. This is 31 seconds ago. Arsenal would prefer to make a left-sided signing once they've made sales. That's why they haven't pushed for Eze. Let me read that one more time, people. Let me read that one more time. Arsenal would prefer to make a left-sided signing once they've made sales. That's why they haven't pushed for Eze. So as I've been saying, anyway, it's literally as I've been saying, it's not a thing of sales that they need to sign Eze. They have the money. Why they haven't gone for him, I don't know. But anyway, that's by the by. So, let's just get into the predicted 11 for Man United versus Arsenal. We're going David Raya in goal. We're going Ben White at right back. We're going Saliba, Gabriel, and Miles Lewis Skelly at left back. Calafiori has looked good on pre-season. He was injured as well. He did look good in the last game, but I feel like Miles Lewis Skelly is going to start this game. Going into midfield, Martin Zubamendi, Odegaard in the 10, Rice on the other side. That's the midfield three. Saka on the right, Gyökeres up front, and on the left, I actually think that Madueke will start over Martinelli. Even with the few minutes that I've seen Madueke and that we've seen of Madueke, he looks much better. Even Nelson could easily start over there with his performances over pre-season because they were much better than Trossard's and Martinelli. So I predict the front three to be Madueke, Gyökeres, and Saka. So people, let me know what you think of the preview, and let me know what you think of my thoughts, and let me know what you think of those updates regarding Eze as well. It's not looking good, but the Premier League is back. Arsenal are back. Premier League football is back. Game kicks off at 4:30 tomorrow. I'll be watching. Make sure you are watching too, because there will be a reaction, of course, a fan cam to it coming out as well. That will be coming out after the game, and hopefully we are singing about a win. And my prediction for that game is a 3-0 win to the Arsenal away from home. We can do that. We can get that done, and I don't see why not. But I could be crazy. Call me crazy. Drop your predictions in the comment section below. We'll have a conversation about it. Talk about the game tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to RASenal TV. I've been your host, Dini. Love and guidance, people. Peace.